Hey guys, a very good morning to all of you present here. I hope a lot of more people are going to join in the next few minutes. Those who are here, I want you to jump into the chat, post an energetic good morning right here for everybody. Yes, Srinivasa is here, Manav, fantastic. Shiva, Pankaj, Meenal, Anandi, Mohit, KR Menon sir, Amol, fantastic. Kiran is here. Type good morning in the chat and let's get started with a tremendous amount of energy because today we will be doing something extremely powerful. And a lot of you have already done it with me. Those who've done the 5-day advanced manifestation bootcamp, those who haven't done it, don't worry, we'll do it today. And even those who've done it before, today we'll dive much deeper into it. You'll understand the true power of what we're going to learn today. We're going to dive into the triad. We're going to dive into the cycle of momentum, and it's going to be a life-changing day for most people if you take what we're going to learn and implement it in your life. In fact, we're going to implement it during this session itself. All right. So fantastic. Ashutosh says, Energy, good morning. Mahesh, fantastic. Amol, Malay, Dinesh, Anirudh, Vijay. Yes, a lot more people are going to join in. So I want to ask you one important question. Yesterday, I gave you an additional task. I asked you to do a little bit more than what you had planned for yourself. 2%, 5%, 10%, doesn't matter. By the way, a lot of you posted some amazing tasks yesterday in the accountability groups. I was going through the accountability groups. Some of you, you had to read 10 pages, you read 20, you had to exercise for so many minutes, you exercised for 20 minutes extra, 10 minutes extra. That was fantastic. How many of you actually did a little extra? Type, I am a success seeker in the chat. Yes. Radhika said it's done, started from day one itself. Fantastic. Asked you to do a little extra yesterday, a little extra than what you had planned. Yes, Vishwanath has done it. I'm a success seeker. Beautiful. Ashutosh has done. Vijay, iPad, you need to change your name. I don't know who you are. Dr. Pawan Deshpande, fantastic. Radhika has done it. Srinivas, Vijay, Kishore, Chandra, Pankaj, fantastic. Amol, Neha, Vijay did 20% more yesterday. Beautiful. Mohit, Rivati, Mahesh, Niraj, fantastic. Yes, S. Satya, Kavita, Kulvinder, Padma, fantastic. So many of you have done a little extra. See, what it does is it puts you in the mindset of a success seeker. It puts you in the mindset of a winner, right? When you don't do just the bare minimum to avoid failure, now you are working in life from a different perspective, right? With a different quality of sight towards your goal. Everybody has their sight set on the goal. Some of their sites are very lazy. Yes, everybody wants to make 1 crore, but it's just in those 5 minutes of setting goals that they think of making 1 crore, right? So that the quality of their site towards their goal, the quality of their work towards their goal is very low. Once you start doing extra, start going above and beyond what is minimum required for you, the quality of your site, the quality of your action improves towards your goal. All right. And similarly, the results that you get improves. We'll talk about a lot of actions, results, beliefs, and states today. All right. So we'll get started. By the way, how many of you, after doing it, you felt powerful? Yes, you did a little extra. You're excited to post in the accountability group, and you were in a more powerful state yesterday. Type me in the chat. Although you experienced that, you felt more proud of yourself. Yes, you're even more excited to do that again today. How many of you did that? Yes, you built self motivation. You felt that. Yes, felt accomplished. Me, Dr. Pawan, Raja, Kishore, Melroy, Pankaj, Rivati, KR Menon. Fantastic. Now, when you do a little extra, when you go above and beyond in your own life, I mean, if you realize you don't need external motivation, if you do this 3 months from now, if you do this 3 years from now, you don't need me to come and tell you that, you should be motivated or you're worth it or, don't be too self-critical on yourself because then you are proud of yourself. You put yourself in this cycle of self-improvement or self-motivation. Then you don't need to watch a YouTube video to get motivated, right? So this is the secret behind self-motivation, going above and beyond what is required of yourself. Yes, Raja says exactly 10 lakh percent. Fantastic. So let's get started. It's already 6:34. All the team leaders, make sure you post your group score in the main accountability groups. And we will get started right away with day number 6. So as we dive into these topics, we are simultaneously working on changing our whole outlook towards life, changing our whole personalities to become action takers. Yes. So parallelly, we are working on a 30-day project. All of you are going to finish, all of you are going to manifest, create, is an extra accomplishment in your life apart from all the learnings we're getting here today. So we're parallelly working on your mindsets as well as these powerful techniques, deep inner world work. Today, those two are going to coincide. What I'm going to give you today is a powerful mindset, is a powerful practice, as well as great deep inner world work, as well as when you actually go to do your daily task, this is going to improve your performance. Or you're not feeling like doing your daily task, this is going to change the way you are looking at doing your daily task. All right. Okay. Radhika says doing extra is a golden move, sir, towards goal. Fantastic. Absolutely, it is. All right. So let's get started. Give me one moment here. I'll just mute everybody so there are no disturbances. Yeah. Fantastic. So what we're going to do today is the state triad and the cycle of momentum. Some of you have already done the state triad in the 5 days bootcamp. Those who haven't done it, don't worry. We are doing the 5 days bootcamp again, and we'll let you know from 3rd July we are doing it if you want to join in. And we'll also share the complete 5 days recording with you guys so you can finish it whenever you have time. Now, we're going to dive much deeper today than we did in the 5-day bootcamp. How can we create new results on a daily basis? See, all of the change that we are trying to create is targeted towards getting new results every day. If you get new results every day, it adds up to new results every month, every year, and then a new life that you're living, right? Now, here's the thing. Obviously, we're doing a lot of inner work. We are working on the past trauma. We're working on, our habitual actions, all of that. But let's say you still, or let's say in some situations, you are still in a bad state, right? Or in some situations, you get too nervous, too excited, or you get, too scared. Yes. Even in that instant, within 120 seconds, you can change your state. And because you change your state, you change the way you take the action, right? We're going to design that formula for you today. And this is personal. Everybody's going to design it for themselves. It will change your micro results. Micro results means what? Now, let's say you're working towards an exam, right? Right now, you're in a lazy state. You're lying down on the bed. Yes. Your hands, legs, all in a very lazy state. Yes. Now you feel like, oh, I don't want to study for 2 hours today. I'll study extra tomorrow. Tomorrow, you feel the same thing. So, what is happening? You're in a lazy state. You're in a bad mental, emotional, physical state. And because of that, you don't take the right action. Now, in that moment, if you were to change that state, then what will happen? You will, if you're in an excited state, motivated state, yes, if you're thinking about, I need to create a big result with this examination, yes, then what happens? You go and actually pick up the book and you sit down and start studying. That micro result you got, getting out of bed and studying, will have a big impact, right, on the final day of the exam, right? But what changed really was your state. Instead of being in a lazy state, you got into an activated or active and motivated state, right? And that helped you take action. See, if you're already, wearing your sports shoes, yes, and you're jogging in your room, yes, if it's so easy to flow into a run, it's so easy to go and do exercise, right? But when you're cozy under a blanket, your eyes are closed, right, and you are feeling warm and comfortable, and it's raining outside, that state that you are in, you're reminiscing memories from the past. You'll do whatever it takes to not get into, exercise or not go out and run, right? So your state matters and it determines the quality of action you're going to take. That's what we're going to work on today. Now, if you have a goal or a target and you want a new or a different result, only new action can give you new results. Everybody knows this, right? If you take the same actions you've been taking before, you will get the same results you have been getting before. Yes? How many of you would agree with this? Type AG in the chat. If you take the same actions you've always taken, you will get the same results you've always got. So if you want to get different results, you have to change the action you're taking. 100% agree? Yes, no doubt. Because that's the definition of insanity, doing the same action and expecting a different result. That's insanity. That's craziness. All right. You won't get different results if you take the same action. Now, you can't get new results with old actions. So how do you do new actions or different actions on a daily basis? We can't do new actions because we get into emotional states. See, what I want to tell you today, and you want to write this down, your state is even more powerful than the action you are taking. Your state means emotional state, physical state, your emotional state, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, just write down your state is even more powerful than the action you are taking. And I will explain this to you. Your state is even more powerful than the action you're taking. See, uh, let's take a very basic example. Let's say at home, all the ladies out here, you tell me if this is true or not. Uh, you know, your husband comes to you, you're in the room, right? And he's on his phone. Let's say, yes, you're doing something, lies down on his bed. Yes. And he says, I love you. Doesn't even look at you. How many of you will get angry rather than say that I love you too back? Yes. All the ladies out here. Yes. Will you get angry? Or will you say, I love you? Yes. Or will you completely ignore him maybe because of anger? Yes. See, the thing is, he did say, I love you. Maybe you went to a marriage counselor. Maybe you came to me, or maybe you went to somebody and I gave you a task. You have to tell each other, I love you at least 3 times a day. Yes. And then you're just doing the task for the sake of doing it. Right. Let's say another case. Your husband comes to you, holds you in his hand, looks at you in your eyes. Yes. And tells you, I really love you. Right. How many of you would love that? All the ladies out there. Yes. Type yes in the chat if you would love that. Yes. That's another big smile. See, here's the thing. In both situations, what was the action? The husband said, I love you to the wife. Yes, Padma says, I love that. Shivani says, yes. In first case also, the husband said, I love you to the wife. Second case also, the husband said, I love you to the wife. If I gave those two couples the same task, you have to tell your wife, I love you 3 times every day. They come back to me after a week. Husband number one will say what? I did whatever you said. She only doesn't respond. Yes. What was the problem? He was in a bad state. Husband number two will say what? You've changed my life, right? We find 3 moments during the day to create love between us. What was the difference? The action was the exact same. The difference was the state that the husband was in. How many of you can see that? He was in a different state. He was focused somewhere else. Physically, he was lying down. He was not looking at you. And then what is the action he did? He said, I love you. In the other case, his focus was on you. Physically, he was in front of you. And he said, I love you. So his state, physical and emotional state, was the only difference. And the results are radically different. One person's marriage is going to go to hell. Yes. One person's marriage is going to become beautiful. How many of you can see this? State is even more important than the actual action. Yes or no? If this is a light bulb moment for you, type LB in the chat. I'll give you more examples. Don't worry. Are you seeing now? The actions are the same, but the results those two couples are getting are radically different, exactly the opposite. How many of you can already see that? Yes. Let me give you a more powerful example. And this does not only apply to relationships, by the way. Let's talk about money. Let's say you're a salesman, right? You're selling policies. You're selling HDFC life policies, right? And now you get commissions based on the policies that you sell. So, two salesmen, right? Both of them are going to a client who's a businessman, right? And they're going to sell him. They go into their office and then they're going to sell him their policies. By the way, this is a real life example. There was a guy in Jaipur in Rajasthan whose team I trained, right? And I'm going to give you the same training today. And they increased almost 3 times the sales they were making. Here is what was happening there. So one person goes to the the salesman goes to this businessman's office. He's trying to sell him a policy. Now, that guy steps into the office. He's under pressure from his boss. He's under pressure from his wife or husband because, or their, parents, or pressure from home because he's not making enough, right? He has to pay his EMI, he has to pay his rent, he has to pay all that stuff. Or maybe he even had a quarrel with his wife in the morning. So that salesman number one steps into the office. He has a lot of problems inside, yes, but he's trying to put up a brave face. He gives that pamphlet to the businessman, and he says, here's a good policy for you. And he's robotically saying all the things he's trained to say. The person is asking some questions. He's not focusing on the questions. Yes, he's saying, I'll ask my boss, I will get back to you. Yes. And he's still worried about getting messages or fighting with his wife or something else. How many of you think that customer, there's a high likelihood he will not buy the policy because he can see that person is not fully committed. His questions are not getting answered to their 100%. Yes or no? Can you see? The businessman may not actually buy the policy. The chances are very high. The probability is very high. Our lives are just probabilities. Yes? 90% chance that guy will not buy. right? And then this guy will become even more frustrated. When he gets out of the office, just say, okay, I will call you back. He will go, I'll tell his boss, I couldn't make the sale. Yes. He gets into an even bad state. He goes to the next client. Yes. He's already frustrated. He's trying to act desperate over there and he says the wrong things. That client also doesn't buy, right? Let's talk about salesman number two. Salesman number two is in a very powerful state before he steps into the office of this businessman, right? Different businessman, different salesman. All right. Takes the policy. He's already done some research on this guy because his focus is on this businessman already, right? He gives him the policy and he builds rapport with that person. Rapport means he's talking about, he already has done some research. He's talking about that person. Yes. He says, this is how this will help you in your life. He goes above and beyond what is written on the brochure. And when that person has cross questions, he's finding the answers immediately. Give me one moment. Even if he needs to ask somebody else, he's calling his boss right then. He's asking, this is what he wants. Yes. What can we do to give this to him? Yes, he's giving the answers right there. He's focused, even if he doesn't have all the answers, because of his motivation, because of his focus on the other person. How many of you think that person will actually commit to buying the policy or will buy that policy right then and there? Yes or no? Type yes in the chat. Because you're focused on the other person. You're not focused on, your life, your problems, your situations. Yes. What is the difference here? One person is frustrated. He's probably going to leave that salesman's job. Yes. And he's probably going to hate that job for the rest of his life. The other person is making good commissions. He's making great sales. He's probably going to get awards for the best salesman down the line. Yes. What is the only difference? Both of them are going to the leads that their boss is giving them. Both of them are making the pitch that they are taught to pitch. But what is the difference between those two? Anybody tell me in the chat? Their state. Yes or no? Yes. No, 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 no. Their emotional state, where their focus was. Yes. That's the only difference. Yes or no? Yes. Everything else is superficial. Because if you're in the right state, you take the right action. Your focus is in the right place, right? Your physiology is right. Yes, it's only their state that matters. That is why the state is even more important than the action you're taking. It is even more important in your relationships. It's even more important in the money you're making. You may not be a salesman, but you are selling, something to your boss. Yes, so that he can give you a promotion, he can give you an increment. You're selling something to your customers, your clients. If you're in the powerful state, you get radically different results. Yes, Mira says number one is not in good state, number two is in good state. How many of you always want to be in the state that will get you the right results? Type me in the chat. Yes, type me in the chat. See, the singular commitment you need to make if you want to be successful in life is to always be in control of your state. That's the singular commitment. And how are we going to do that? I'm going to give you the formula today, right? See, if you're in a state of fear because you had a fight or a state of frustration or in a state of adventure, you act differently. Yes. Varadarajan says, what will happen if the customer is not in good state? How to react in that situation? I'm not giving you reactions. I'm not giving you anything. I'm just showing you the importance of state. By the way, if you are in a good state, even if the customer is in a bad state, how many of you think you can still change the state of that customer, make them laugh, bring them around to the right state? Yes. Or whatever they feel and still make the sale. Yes or no? But you have to be in the right state. Yes or no? How many of you actually seen people like that will change the state of the customers? Yes. Whereas somebody who's in a bad state will give up. He will tell his boss, I went to that customer. He's a frustrated guy. He doesn't listen to me. But the best salesman in your company will go to that same customer. He will make the sale because he is in a powerful state. Yes. Yes. Satyanarayana says, I was in sales. It happens. It does. All right. Thank you so much. To change results, you must change behavior. To change behavior, you need to change your emotional state. So what I'm saying is, the way you are behaving in a situation, the action you are taking will depend on the state that you are in. Right? If you can take charge of this state, if you can decide to be in a beautiful state, you will always take the right action. Or at least we know if you are in the wrong state, you will not take the right action, right? And because you take the wrong action, you get the wrong results in life. Yes. Now, how do you change your emotional state? by default, people try to use willpower. So Ankit said, I need to be in a beautiful state. I have to get into a beautiful state. You're just using willpower. You're closing your eyes. You're putting your, you know, thinking just by forcing myself to be in a beautiful state, I can be. It doesn't last long, even if you get into it for 2 minutes. Yes, you have to program your synapses. You have to program your, you have to change the neuroplasticity into being into a powerful state. And there's one practice I'm going to give you today. It's the triad, the Tony Robbins triad that I'm going to give you. And that formula, the more you apply it, the better and the faster it will come to you, right? The scientifically proven answer to change your emotional state, radically change your physiology, which is the state of your physical body. That's the first step. There are 3 steps to changing your emotional state in any given moment. In 120 seconds, you can go from depressed to extremely happy and excited. Yes, I've made people do that. You can do that right now. We will work on it. Let's start with step number 1. Step number 1 is change your physiology. Radically change your physiology. What do I mean by this? See, number 1 thing that you can change is you can get into power positions. So let's say you are demotivated, angry, frustrated. You want to be motivated, right? What's the first thing you can do? You can change your physiology. What does your physiology consist of? Write this down. Physiology, 3 things. Physiology consists of 3 things. Your posture, number 1, posture, your body's posture, how you're sitting, standing, lying down. Number 2 is your breathing. You're breathing slow, you're breathing low, you're breathing fast, you're breathing average. Yes, posture, breathing. Number 3 is your facial expressions. Facial expressions. Yes, yes. So now tell me, does your body not reflect how you're feeling? If you see somebody, everybody look at me, can you see my video? Yes. If you see somebody whose shoulders are slouched, yes, who's looking down, breathing shallow, yes, not even looking up, what state do you think that person is in? Yes, has, does not, and never has a smile on their face. Yes, what state do you think that person is in? Tell me, physiology wise, feeling low, yes, sad, depressed, less confident, low mood. Yes, shoulder like this, feeling low like this. Yes, you understand that? By the way, if somebody's like this, yes, big eyes, big smile on the face, looking at you, what state do you think? How is that person feeling inside? Yes, let me know in the chat. Happy, confident, happy, excited. Yes, full confidence, acceptance, lively, enthusiastic, motivated. See, what is the difference? The physiology. By the way, your mind does the exact same thing. If you're happy, it puts you in a happy physiology. If your physiology is happy, it puts you in a happy mental state. So the reverse is also true, right? If you put yourself in a happy state, you start feeling happy sooner or later. Can anybody try this, by the way? See, we're going to try and experience this. First, I want you to see the negative effect. Everybody, do this. Give me one moment here. I'm going to show you my video so you can see. Everybody, do this with me. I want you to get into a bad emotional state. Your shoulders, your shoulders slouching. Yes. Everybody frown. Yes, frown. I want to see those lines on your eyebrows. Yes. Frowning. Yes. Everybody. Fantastic. Now here's what I want you to do. I want you to take your palm, put it on your head and do this. Yes. How many of you already feeling low just because of this posture? Yes. Chandra says depressing. How many of you already feeling low? Type me in the chat. Yes. Dr. Pawan says me. Revati says me. KR Menon says very low. Yes. How many seconds did it take us? 10 seconds? Our body is going to reflect internally how your physiology is outside. All right. So here's what I want you to do now. Everybody, I want everybody switch on your videos and stand up for me. Can everybody stand up for me once? Make sure I can see you. Switch on your videos. I want everybody to stand up. All right. Now, as you are standing, I want you just keep your legs slightly apart. Don't stick them together. Slightly apart, your legs. Yes. Your hands on your hips. Everybody, hands on your hips. Yes, hands on your hips. First thing. Now, I want you to bring your sternum. Sternum is the middle bone here. Completely out. Both men and women. No shyness here. Completely as far as it will go. Yes, feeling bold. I want your chin to be up. Chin up, eyes looking upward. Just hear me, listen to my voice. You don't have to look at it if the computer is below your eyes. Chin upwards. Yes. Now, I want you to bring a big smile on your face. Big smile on your face. Everybody. Yes. Big smile on your face. I want you to think of something where you were very successful in life, when you received an award, when you got something, a big compliment, maybe from your boss, maybe when you cracked an exam, how you were feeling that day. Both your hands on your hips. Yes, hold this posture for 120 seconds. Think of the biggest success in your life. Focus on it. What did the other people tell you? Are they proud of you? Did your mom and dad tell you they're proud of you? How did you feel when you got that award, when you got that result of that exam? Do you feel powerful? Did you feel amazing? Did you feel like you can accomplish anything in this world? Now, I want everybody to say, I am amazing. And now you have proof, because you are thinking of that incident where you were truly amazing, where you actually got something done. Everybody say, I am an achiever. Everybody say, I am powerful. I can do anything I want. All right, now I want you to sit back down. How many of you, everybody sit down? How many of you will do anything I ask you to do right now? You're ready to do any task? Yes or no? Motivated to do anything that is needed to be done. How many of you are super motivated right now? How much time did it take us? 60 seconds. Yes, 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 me, everybody. Yes. What is the difference? Your state. Has everybody experienced the change in the state immediately? Yes. Fantastic. Beautiful. Me. See, what I gave you is a power position, right? So this Superman pose, this Superwoman pose, yes, is a power position. This is scientifically determined. If you hold a power position for 120 seconds, yes, I didn't even work on your focus. I didn't even work on your deep breathing. We're going to work on all that just by holding a power position. Increases testosterone by 20% for both men and women, reduces cortisol, which is your stress hormone, by 22%, and you're 33% more likely to take action, more likely to, get results ultimately, right? So before you step into the office of the businessman to sell your LIC policy, if you got into the power position, would you be able to change the state or not? Yes or no? I mean, if you think you're in a better position, you're in a much more likelihood to make the sale if you got into a power position before stepping into the office. Yes, yes. But you cannot stay in a power position for 2 minutes if you are focusing on stress. So physiology is one thing we have understood. One power position I've given you. Let me give you one more power position. If you're sitting down, let's say in the office, you don't want to stand up. Here is what you can do. Put your hand behind your head and just lie down. Yes, keeping your shoulders broad, wide open. Yes, like this. Everybody, like this. Yes. Now, I don't have a name for this. I'm just calling it the Mogambo pose. Yes. So you can use this. This is also a power position, right? And in the office or sometime, right? This is another power position. This has the same effect that standing in that Superman pose has. All right. Yes, before going to job interview. Yes. So this is just the physiology we're talking about, right? By the way, if let's say somebody is so depressed or so anxious, so afraid, they're standing in Superman position and they're saying, they're focusing on, oh my God, last time I failed. Oh my God, I'm a piece of shit. Yes, I can never get anything done. I'm so useless. Do you think they will be motivated? Yes or no? No, they won't be. At least it will be half or less than half of what you really felt when you were saying the right things. Yes or no? How many of you agree? Yes. If you're focusing on stress, if you're focusing and you're repeating to yourself, that you're useless or negativity, then you will reduce the power of this power position, right? So here's what you need to do. Number one, change your physiology. Number two, to get yourself to change your emotional state, focus is important in a power position. Focus on something you are really proud of. Now, when I asked you to focus on an achievement, what did you guys focus on? Type in the chat. Type in the chat. When you got an award or something like that, achievement, what did you focus on? From your past. Yes, something you've already experienced and seen. Give me some examples in the chat. Something you're really proud of. Give me specific examples. Successful time, happy. When I got full marks in a test, yes. Best performer award in office, scholarship to Germany, past project success, got PMI certification along with, yes, yes. Getting job, getting your first job. That's amazing for everybody. Award in USA, above and beyond award. That crazy, yes. My staff scored century winning cricket match. How amazing is that? Success in trading when you made your biggest profits. Yes, getting a job, offer letter. Yes, those were saying, no, I can't think of anything. Somebody was saying, force yourself too. You've had successes in your life. Yes, you have to find it. Yes, qualified football team captain on city level. So, because I shifted your focus to something that is powerful, you started to feel the power of that moment. You got the energy of that moment right now. Right now, you started feeling as if you are an achiever right now. How many of you felt like that? Your body started behaving as if that has happened right now. Yes, you started to feel the energy of that moment. Yes, did you feel that? Yes, 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 me. So your brain knows how to make you feel powerful. It's just that you don't tell it to make you feel powerful. Yes or no? The moment you said, you asked your brain to think of something like that, it found something like that and made start making you feel powerful. See, one of the things you have to understand in life is you can't tell your brain to do what you want, but you can get it to do what you want. You understand? You can't tell your brain to do what you want, but you can get it to do what you want. So if you're depressed and you're telling your brain, I don't want to be depressed, it will not figure out. Yes, but you can use certain hacks like I'm giving you today. You can use certain tactics to get it to do what you want. Change your physiology. Yes. And then look for a moment in the past where you are already successful. You will feel successful right now. Right? Yeah. Arjuna says one big success. Do this in your power position with deep breathing for 2 minutes. Now, in that power position, if you do this and for 2 minutes, this is the scientific evidence that I gave you just now, 22% increase in testosterone, risk-taking capabilities, all of that, it was seen. It only takes 120 seconds to achieve all of that. Only 120 seconds, 2 minutes, right? Now, if you're standing in this powerful physiology or being in this power position with deep breathing for 2 minutes, and you're focusing on the right thing, to get into a motivated state, you focus on something, some incident where you are actually very motivated and proud of yourself. This puts you in a powerful emotional state, which brings about powerful behavior. If it brings out powerful behavior, it brings about powerful new actions. Now, if you step into the office with a big smile on your face, feeling confident, even if the client is in a bad state, he will start to open up, right? This guy is extremely positive. Yes. How many of you, when you are sad or depressed in your life, right? There is that one person, right? If you see that person, your state changes. Maybe it can be that funny, that friend in your circle. Yes, do you have a friend like that? Yes, 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 yes. Shashank is saying good nostalgia of day one, but we are going to dive deeper today, Shashank. Yes, 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 yes. Ashutosh, Dr. Pawan. We always have that friend in our friend circle who's always doing comedy. Everybody is depressed, everybody is worried about something, he will still have fun because he only knows that emotional state, that physical state. Yes, Ashutosh is laughing. Yes, and he'll make you laugh even on the worst day of your life, right? Because his state is reflected in yours. So when you are in a powerful state, it starts to reflect in others around you. Yes. By the way, do you have that person in your office, maybe a boss, maybe who is very, how do you call that? Khadus. Yes. He steps into the office, everybody's energy goes down. Have you seen that? Anybody sees that? Or somebody who comes into your home, everybody feels low. Yes. Or you feel low. Yes. Yes or no? Yes, yes, yes. Siddharth says, yeah. Yes. Everybody knows that. Or maybe that teacher in your school. Yes. So your state is going to influence everybody around you. By the way, that could be you who's stepping into a room and everybody's energy is going down. You just don't know it because nobody has told you, right? So when you are in that, yes, Anu says, I had that boss in the past. So when you are in a powerful state, it elevates your family, it elevates your team, it elevates everybody around you. Yes. Rama says, oh, yes, right? See how powerful this is. So stop being in those negative states. Start changing what? Physiology, focus. And then there is a third element to this. Language. Use enabling language. Powerful affirmations. What did I make you say? I am powerful. Yes, I am amazing. I can achieve whatever I want. Yes. So use powerful affirmations or sentences from the event you are focusing on to change your state. So let's say I am focusing on So everybody gave me examples, when I got my job, when I got this promotion, when I got XYZ. So when you got your job, what are the compliments you got? So your brother says, I'm really proud of you, or your mother says, I'm really proud of you. So say that my parents are proud of me. Yes. Or, somebody gave you a compliment. You are so amazing. You really worked hard. You deserve this. And you felt, what is the meaning you gave to that incident? What is the meaning you gave to that incident? This means I can achieve whatever I want. When I put my head to something, I'm always able to crack it. Yes. So those are the sentences I want you to write down from that incident. Yes. From that moment in your life where you were feeling how you want to feel right now. Right. And if you can't find anything there, just use the affirmations, simple affirmations that put you into the state that you want to be in. Right. So three things: physiology, focus, language. Everybody draw this big triangle on your page. Yes, big triangle on a new page. And write down physiology, focus, language. On top, write down my motivation triad. Motivation triad. And write down what is the physiology you want to be in. Physiology is I will be in the superwoman state or superman state. Yes. This is for creating motivation. This is your motivation triad. We can create other triads, by the way. Motivation triad, right? Physiology. Everybody, make sure you're writing. This is personal. You have to design it for yourself. Yes. Or you want to get into, I don't know, Mogambo pose. Yes. Just write it down. Or you want to be in a different one, maybe. Yes. Physiology can also include actions. Actions like, yes, yes, or punching the air. I love my life. Yes. Whatever you want to do. Or just punching yourself like this. Yes. How many of you have seen people before going to speak on stage, Tony Robbins, other people, they will radically move and change their state? You're saying, oh, they're pumping themselves up. They're just putting themselves in the right state. Yes, they have a certain few lines they will say, and then they will go on stage. They will deliver powerful presentations, powerful speeches, because they get into the right state. They're priming themselves for the activity they're going to do. So if you're going to exercise, if you're going to work on something, if you get into the prime state that is required to work on that, you will produce the most magnificent results. Yes or no? One of the most powerful secrets you will ever get. All right. So write down the physiology. For this is only for your motivation triad right now. Focus. Write down the incident. Write down that situation from the past that you want to focus on. Yes. When you got a job, when you felt it can be way back in school. You got an award for a speech competition. You won a football match, a cricket match. It can be as close to today as possible or as far away from today as possible. It doesn't matter. And if you can't find anything from your past, yes, somebody who says like there's nothing in my past. Yes, I am an absolute loser. Yes, congratulations, you have a future, right? So you visualize something in the future. Yes, you can focus on something you're going to do well in the future. Yes. So no excuse for not finding something that brings you the energy of how you want to feel right now. Satyanarayana says, I was topper in physics in school and college. Isn't that fantastic? What are the compliments you got from your physics teacher, by the way? Yes. So write down the incidents you want to focus on. And finally, the language. Write down meaningful sentences that mean a lot to you. For me, saying, yes, I am powerful may have a different meaning versus you saying, I'm the most blessed person I know of. Yes, I'm the most strong human being that I've ever met. Yes. Or what are the compliments you got from others that will remind you, will give you that energy right now? Yes, I was selected as recruitment manager for my top IT MNC company. Blessed. Yes. Anything. Once you're done, type done in the chat. We're creating your motivation triad. This is the Tony Robbins triad. Physiology plus focus plus language. Create your motivation triad. And then I will show you how to create other triads. Done. Raja says done. Done. Revati says done. Done, 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 done. Beautiful. By the way, this is the only thing I taught to the gentleman I was talking about. The gentleman from Rajasthan who has his team of 4 people who were selling policies, right? And within 3 weeks, they were able to almost triple their result. In the first week itself, they got 119% increase, right? And you know what I taught them? This, right? You know how much I charge them? 5 people, 2.5 lakh rupees, 50,000 per person. Yes. So I want you to take this and use this for your teams. Use this for yourself. Yes. And once you start making more money, send me 2.5 lakhs. All right. I'm just kidding. Padma says, mathematics teachers used to reward me by giving a chocolate when I solve each question. Check this is done, 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 done. Fantastic. Those are done. So let me give you the opposite of this. When you are in a bad state, everybody create a new triangle, create a new triangle. And what is one of the bad states in your life that you are usually in? Maybe sometimes you're depressed. Maybe you are lazy and procrastinating. Yes. Maybe you are angry. Yes. I want you to create the triad of the negative state that you find yourself in always. Right. So let's say I want to create this negative triad. Right. So I find myself in being lazy or procrastinating. So what is my physiology? Usually I'm lying on the bed. Yes. I have a phone in my hand. Yes, that is my physiology. Yes, that's my physiology, right? When I'm procrastinating, the bad state that I want to change. All right. What is the state? When you're sulking, what is the state? Describe your body, your breathing, your facial expressions. You're sad. Yes. Or, after you made a loss in trading, you are sitting like this in your chair. You don't get up from your chair for some time. You're getting angry and frustrated with yourself. That physiology, write that down. Focus. What are you focusing on? You're focusing on, let's say if I'm procrastinating, I'm on my bed and watching my phone. I'm focusing on escaping the problems that I have, escaping the work that I have. I'm focusing on feel good in the moment. I'm focusing on instant gratification. Yes, my focus is not on my life. It is on imaginary characters inside my phone. Yes, focus. Language. What is the language I'm using? Oh, I can do it tomorrow. I will do it later. Yes, I will do it tomorrow morning. I don't need to do it right now. I deserve to watch 3 hours of movies because I worked 1 hour in the morning. Yes. What are the language you're using in that negative or bad state? Everybody, somebody who's depressed. This is how you get people out of depression quickly, right? There is a quick way and there is a slow way. This is the quick way. You ask them to create their triad for when they're depressed. So when you're depressed, what are you doing? So I'm usually lying on the bed. I don't feel like getting up from the bed. What is your focus on? Focus is on my mother. Yes, who is to torture me. Focus is on my husband. That is why I'm depressed. Focus is on something else. That is why I'm depressed. What is the language? Language is my life is not worth it. Yes, that person is what? Depressed. This is the triad that you never want to be in. Everybody, once you're done, type done in the chat. Your physiology, focus, and your focus. Yeah, very good examples. Finding fault in others. That is your focus. Yes. Done, done, done. This is the triad you want to break out of. Never get into this physiology. Never focus on these things. Every time you catch yourself out of this, yes, get out of it immediately. You're focusing, your mind is on that. Oh, that Swiggy wala, that Zomato delivery guy, how dare he say this? He was so rude. That Ola driver was so rude. That waiter in the restaurant was so rude. And now you're building plan. Next time this happens, no, I will show him. Next time I will do this. Or you imagine yourself. Next time you're behaving like, Shah Rukh Khan or, Karishma Kapoor. And then, so you're wasting your time. Your focus is on, an imaginary past and imaginary future. Yes. How many of you do this, by the way? Yes. You are constantly focusing on something that went bad before. It may have happened 1 week ago. It may have happened 1 hour ago. Yes. Ramesh says yes. Has it ever gotten you anything positive in your life? Never. Yes. So what do? Change your physiology. Sitting down like this is a very closed off physiology. Yes. If you know body language. Yes. Never have your hands like this. You are closed off to the outside world. If you have your hands open like this, if you have it like this, if you have it like this, yes, then you get into the right physiology. Focus on the right thing. Use the right language. Yes. Immediately, 120 seconds, you will break out of that pattern which wastes hours because you had an argument with somebody. In a whole day, you can't work. You waste 2 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours. How many of you experienced that? Type me in the chat. You had an argument with somebody, even on the phone. Some rude person called you. Now your whole day is wasted. Yes or no? Immediately, now you know what to do. How many of you know what to do? Type a big yes in the chat. Immediately change your physiology, your focus, your language, and 120 seconds, you are in control of your state. See, I will give you 2 or 3 secrets right now. Number one secret. Who is in control of your state most of the time? Other people. That person who was rude to you 3 days ago, he is still in control of your state. Yes, your husband or your wife, quarreled with you 3 years ago. They said something rude. They are in control of your state right now. Yes or no? Yes. You are not in control of your state. See, people who are not successful versus people who are successful. People who are not successful, their state is determined by everything and everybody else in the world except themselves. Yes, how many of you were caught in this trap till today? Everything and everybody else was determining your state except you. Yes, there's traffic on the road also, you're frustrated. The roads are meant to have traffic. You change your state because of that, you're setting up yourself for failure every day. Yes. How many of you can see even the dog through the window in the traffic and change your state? Even in the traffic jam, you're frustrated, but you see a dog hanging out his face from the window and his lips hanging out and his tongue hanging out, and you immediately changes your state. Yes. So you are in control of that state. Yes or no? It's just that you choose and you're allowing everything else to be in control of your state. Yes, servant not keeping the house clean. For successful people, the number one thing that they do, they are in control of their state. They consciously decide nothing and nobody in this world will be in control of my state except myself. Yes, how many of you are willing to make that commitment today? The single commitment that will change your life. Type C for committed in the chat. If you're committed to being in control of your state, yes, this will require training yourself every hour. Yes, in the beginning, and then every day, priming yourself in the morning. If you're committed to this, type C for committed in the chat. It will change your personality, it will change your results. We'll talk about it right now. Yes, are you committed to doing this? We change your state, you become a whole different person. By the way, those who are in bad state, those who are in bad positions in their life, no? Even objects, not even other people, even objects are in control of the state. Everything is in control of their state except themselves. How many of you know somebody who will come into the house and they'll say, "Arey, why did you keep the towel here?" Even the towel is changing their state. Yes or no? Do you know somebody like that? Yes. Your boss comes in, they'll see something wrong, and that also puts them in a negative, angry state. Yes or no? Me already, Vishwanath says. Yes, yes, yes. So imagine how powerless you are if even a dead object can change your state. Yes. And that dead object is being able to change because it is changing your state, it is changing your actions. Because it's changing your action, it is changing your results. So you are literally in control of nothing in your life. How many of you are having big light bulb moments? Padma says, "Oh my God, yes." Type BLB in the chat right now. Right? Now, I'm going to show you the cycle of momentum after this. Right? But here is one more thing I want you to understand. We have only created, yes, BLB in the chat. We have only created our motivation triad right now. Yes. How many of you are open to some homework today? Are you willing to do some homework today? Type me in the chat. I usually don't give you, but today I want to. Yes. Me, because this is super impactful. I want you to create 2 more triads for yourself. 2 more triads. All right. One is motivation, you've already created. 2 more. Number 2, the second triad you're going to create is, write this down. Yes, your relaxation triad. Relaxation triad. Relaxation triad. Right? And number 3, you're going to create your love triad. Love triad. Love triad. So what does that mean? Relaxation triad means, see, the triad is not just for getting motivated. The triad can be applied to any state that you want to be in life. Any state that you want to be in. So let's say I want to be relaxed. I came back from the office, I'm stressed. Now, if I'm stressed and I want to go to sleep, I don't want to get into a motivated state. I will not be able to sleep, right? So I need to get into a relaxed state. How do I get into a relaxed state? I will change my physiology into a physiology of relaxation. Can somebody give me example of physiology of relaxation? Maybe you sit in a yoga posture. That is a physiology of relaxation. Yes or no? What other examples? What relaxes you? Yes. I'm not talking about activities. Don't go yoga, nidra, and meditation, all of just your physiology. Yes, yoga posture. Or you can get into gratitude posture. Yes, folded hands like this. Yes, it can help you relax. Right? Yes, deep breathing, fantastic. Now you guys are catching on. Huh? Posture, breathing, facial expression. Thanking everyone. Yes, yes. So physiology, you understand. Focus. What will you focus on to feel relaxed? Maybe you went to a trip to Goa or Rishikesh. and you're sitting by the Ganga river and it was so calming and relaxing. If you focus on that, will you feel relaxed? Yes or no? Feel the breeze, cold breeze of the Ganga river on your face or of the ocean on your face. Or once you were on a boat, you were on a ship and you felt so relaxed. Yes or no? Type yes, yes, walking on the beach. Any incident from the past that makes you completely relaxed. Or you went to a Buddhist temple, or you went somewhere and you were meditating and that was so beautiful. You went to some ashram. So focus on something that it puts you, that brings that same energy right now. Yes, it'll help you relax. Focus. Physiology, focus. Language. Language, I am a free bird. Yes. Or I am flowing like the ocean. Yes. Anything that relaxes you. Yes. My life is calm. My life is peaceful. My life is joyful. Yes. Anything that puts you in a calm and relaxed state. I love the wind on my face on this ocean. Yes. The sound of the ocean is so, calming. Yes. How much it takes? 2 minutes. 120 seconds. You don't have to do 90 minutes of meditation. 120 seconds. If you just control your physiology, your focus, and the language, instantly you'll be able to relax. Now, love triad. Relationship not going good. How do you create a love triad? Physiology. Sit down with your husband and wife. Hug them. Hold hands together. Look into your eyes. Those physiologies will help you get into a state of passion. Yes. What do you focus on? If you want to create love, if you want to have passion in your life, focus on when you got married, when you went on your honeymoon, those amazing moments you had, your first kiss. Yes, you can actually talk about it to each other. You can actually focus on that thing, right? And it immediately ignites that, reignites that passion. And what do you want to say? Language. I'll leave that up to you. What do you want to tell your husband or your wife? Yes. Maybe you've given them some cute names. You want to get back to those. Yes. How many of you think this will immediately create passion in your life? Yes, type yes right now in the chat. Yes. Immediately get you into the state of loving each other. How many of you now understand how powerful this triad is? Yes, if this is mind-blowing, type MB in the chat. Yes. Fantastic. You can get into any state. And by the way, if you find yourself in negative states, create the triad of that negative state also. Yeah. And break out of it. I have to never be in this physiology. I have to never be in this focus. I've never be in this language. Right? I'll give you an example. There was one person in the previous batch who used to procrastinate when they used to watch their phone on their bed. Very common problem. So he said, I never want to get into this physiology where I'm on my bed and I'm looking at my phone. Yes. What he did was, anytime I want to use my phone, I have to walk, right? So as he's walking, he's using his phone, right? Can't walk continuously for more than 10, 15, 20 minutes if you've already done your exercise in the morning. So he would get out of that state. So never getting into that physiology, never focusing on the things that puts you in a bad state. Yes, other bad states you have, bad states of anger, bad states of depression. You can create those triads and break out of those triads. Once you're conscious, your mind will remind you not to get into those states. Yes. Similar, make love triads for kids. Absolutely. I feel wealth triad should also be part of our trading journey. Not wealth triad. Wealth is not a state. Please focus here. Wealth is not a state. This is for a state. What state will get you to get more wealth? That is the question. It is a state of abundance that will get you to get more wealth. It will attract and manifest more wealth. Yes. So you can create an abundance triad where you feel, okay, when you got a big amount of money in your life. Yes. And maybe you have gratitude for it. Yes. Or you can be motivated for it. Yes. You got a big amount of money in life. You are feeling so this abundant in that moment. When you're carrying 50,000 rupees cash in your pocket, you feel so abundant. Yes. When you're carrying, gold, 50 grams of gold, you feel so abundant. That's the abundant state you want to get, right? So focus on the state you want to be in to get the result you want and build the triad accordingly. Is that clear, Ramya? Yes. Now, let me tell you about the biggest impact that the state is going to make on your life. This is going to explain to you every self-development program you've ever seen in the world. All right. This is called the cycle of momentum. Look at this: state, action, results, beliefs. This is the cycle every human being is in. Let's take somebody who is living, let's say, in a chawl in Mumbai. Poor fellow. All right. What state is he in? Fighting with his wife, drinking alcohol all the time. His environment is like that. People stealing from each other, things like that. Let's say he's in a bad state. What will he do? He will take bad actions. Yes or no? He doesn't believe that he can create an honest business. He doesn't believe he can, work for 8 hours and earn an honest living. His actions will reflect his state. Yes. His results will reflect his actions. He'll get those results. Sometimes he'll get caught by the police. He'll be beaten by other people. He'll fight with his wife. And his beliefs will be, this is what I deserve, or I know I can't make an honest living. Yes. And he started with those beliefs. By the way, let's say I go to that person who's poor and I tell that person, you can get a good job, right? But he has not changed his beliefs, right? Because he's not changed his beliefs, he doesn't believe he can get a good job. He'll be in the wrong state. I create a job interview for him, right? And he goes there, but he's in a wrong state. Are us, cholwalas, we can only pull rickshaw and steal and do these things. In the job interview, he's in a bad state. He's not giving the right answers. Because of the bad state, he's taking bad actions. No, he's doing the wrong action. He's saying the wrong things. What happens? He gets rejected. He gets the wrong results. And now what happens? His belief become even more strong. See, I knew I could never get a job. You just wasted my time, right? Because his belief became even strong, he gets into even worse states. I try to get a job, I can't get that also, I'm useless. He'll fight with his wife more. He'll drink more alcohol. Because he gets into worse states, he will take worse actions. Worse action means what? Now he'll join a gang maybe. Yes. You understand? I'm taking extreme examples, but do you understand? Then because he takes worse actions, he gets worse results. Now he goes to jail for 3 years instead of 3 nights. Yes. Now his beliefs become even worse. The world is cruel. Yes. And because of that, he's in even bad state. Because of that, he takes worse action in jail. He gets even worse results. He gets even worse beliefs. How many are going to see this cycle? Can you see this cycle? It becomes worse and worse and worse and worse. Satnarayan says, can we create Triad for good health and fitness? What state will help you good health and fitness? Will get good health and fitness. First, find the state. Yes. Good health and fitness is a huge thing. So to exercise, you need to be in a motivated state. To eat well, you have to be in a more conscious, whatever state you will be in to eat well. That's the thing. Yes. So belief, state, action, results. You see how it continues to make poor people poorer. Yes or no? Because they have those beliefs, no? They have the beliefs that, I don't deserve something, or it's difficult to make money. The number one belief of poor people, it is very difficult to make money. Yes. And because of that, they get into bad state. They take the wrong actions. They get the wrong results and they get worse beliefs and they become poorer and poorer and poorer. By the way, this same cycle makes rich people richer and richer and richer, right? Somebody is born in a rich household. His belief is what? I can make money. Money is easy. My father makes a lot of money. Yes, he'll put himself in the right state. Yes, he will take the right action. He will get right results. And that will be reinforced. Yes. So this guy, he has the right beliefs that I can make money. My father, everybody around to make money. It's easy to make money. So he will not worry about taking big risks, right? If he gets into the right state, because everybody around him is in the right state, he takes the right action. If he takes the right action enough number of times, he gets the right results. He starts to become successful in the business. And once he starts getting the right results, he believes, yes, I am successful. I am able to create money. I'm able to make money. I'm able to get my dream job. Because of the strong belief, he will get into even more powerful state. Yes, my business is successful. I can grow it even more. Because at even more powerful state, he will take bigger risks, but calculated managed risk. If he takes the right risk, the right number of times, taking the right actions, he will get the right results. And he gets even more powerful beliefs. How many of you can see this state? By the way, K.R. Menon says money speaks. I mean, if you can see that he has a limiting belief. Yes, that's the lesson you got from this. Your belief speaks. Your belief is what speaks. If there is a person who is born in a chawl, but his beliefs are different, don't we have those success stories? That person was born in a very poor environment. Yes. But he used to look at the magazines of successful people. I can become like this one day. Yes. Or his father had those qualities that they gave him. Although he was extremely poor, his father gave him some qualities, some good lessons. Because of that, his beliefs were in the right place. Because of that, they took the right action and they got out of the chawl. They created a big business. Yes, many stories like this. So what is mattering here? Is it money or is it beliefs? What is mattering here? Beliefs, right? Belief speaks, exactly. Yes, belief speaks. Now, here is the thing. What I'm trying to teach you here is all the self-development coaches in the world are helping you change your beliefs. How do you change your beliefs? Affirmations, right? I am rich, I am rich, I am rich, I am powerful, I am powerful, I am powerful. But it is more difficult to change your belief than to change your state. Yes, it is easier to change your state. See, if you have good beliefs, you'll have better states, you'll take better action, better results, you'll have even stronger beliefs, and you'll become richer and richer and richer, or happier and happier and happier. Right? Surely Shankar Sir's story is also one of the greatest. Yes, it is. But instead of working on your beliefs, I'm giving you a shortcut today. There are very rare shortcuts when it comes to self-development, but this is one. The shortcut is allow your beliefs to be formed through the action and the results. Just change your state. So anything in the cycle, no, in this cycle, if you change, you'll be able to change your life. So I'm saying you can work on changing your beliefs. You do your affirmations, anything you want to. But let's do it faster. What if you change your state instead? What if you get into a powerful state every single day before the actions you take? So you'll start taking the right actions. Once you start taking the right actions enough number of times, you will start positive results. You'll start getting positive results because you start getting those positive results and create momentum in your life. This is called the cycle of momentum. What happens? You get the positive results, your belief changes. Yes, I can do this. Yes, I'm powerful enough. Yes, I'm smart enough. See, I got the results. Allow that to change your beliefs. And once that belief changes, now you'll be in even more powerful states. Yes. How many of you think this is crazy? Type crazy in the chat right now. Yes, that's a shortcut. Start changing your state and you will start growing in the right direction. Even if you can't change your beliefs, because that's a difficult thing, to be very honest. A lot of people are able to. You can change your beliefs. I'm not saying you can't. But here is a quick shortcut, right? In case you want to use it. Just change your state. You'll change your action, change your result, change your beliefs. And by the way, one warning to everybody, nobody is in a static place. Nobody is in a fixed place in life. Nobody, right? Because of the cycle of momentum, you're either going upwards or downwards. Somebody who is depressed, have you seen? Because of their depression, their state, they take wrong actions, they take worse actions, they get worse results. Their beliefs become even worse and they get into even worse states. Somebody who's depressed gets more and more and more depressed until they're suicidal or they actually commit suicide. How many of you seen that? Yes. Yes. So because of the cycle of momentum, you are never fixed in life. You're either going downwards or upwards. Somebody is moving upward also. Yes, because they're in the right state or they got the right belief from somewhere. Somebody's pumping them up. Yes, or they are pumping themselves up, or they are using my triad that I gave them to get into the right state because they're taking the right action, they're getting the right result, they're getting the right belief, they're moving upwards. So you are never fixed in life, right? Even though that's the illusion your mind gives you, either you're always moving upwards or always moving downwards. And you can change that direction by changing any of these things on this cycle, right? It's difficult to change results directly. It's difficult to change actions directly, but it's easy to change your state. And it's also easy to change your beliefs. You change anything in the cycle, it changes. But let me give you one weird example. Even if you don't change your belief and state, if you change your actions, right? Let's say you don't change your action also. If miraculously you change your results, then also your life will change. So I'll give you a story. There's the SAT exam that is given in the US, right? And that SAT exam determines where you can go in school, from school to college, which college will accept you, right? The marks are out of 1400, right? So, one very famous story, one guy, he was a very bad student. He used to hang out with the wrong people. Yes, he used to listen to rap music and, he used to get into crimes and all of that. But his mom used to force him to study a little bit. When he gave the SAT exams at the end of his school, he got 1390. 1390 out of 1400, which is a top score, right? And then what happened? Because he got a different results, his belief started to change. Oh my God, if I can get this much, right? He convinced himself to go to the right college, not go to the college where his criminal friends are going, right? He goes into the right college. He starts an amazing business, super successful. 23 years later, he's already a successful businessman, already a millionaire. SAT Council releases a report that 23 years ago there was a mistake made. This is the only time in the last 100 years that we have made a mistake, and 13 people's scores were given by mistake, were wrong. So he didn't actually make 1390 out of 1400. He had got only 700 score, but because his results changed magically, his whole life changed. His belief about himself changed, his state changed, his actions changed, and he became richer. He became a millionaire from a poor neighborhood. Yes, how many of you think this is crazy? Type wow in the chat. So if there is a miraculous way to change your results without changing anything else, that will still work because this is the cycle of momentum. But for most of us, we don't have those miracles at our disposal. So What are you committed to doing? Committed to getting yourself in the right state. If you can get there, you can change the whole cycle and get yourself upwards and upwards and upwards. All right. So I leave you with that today. I want you to practice your triad, get into the motivated state, and then do your daily tasks, do a little bit more. Yes. If you're able to change your state, go to the WhatsApp group right now. Let me know whether you love the triad, how you're going to implement it. Give me a big message today and let me know how you felt after using the triad, what you loved most about today's session. Has it been a big eye opener for you? Yes, and this is the secret behind all of self-improvement. If you pick up any course, any trainer in the world, you will see what they are trying to change. You can see inside the cycle itself. All right. So I am going to end this session here. Go and post in the WhatsApp group. Are you able to change your state? How you felt when you change your state? And how are you going to use this today? All right. Fantastic. So needs all days exercises, practice. No, don't. You don't need to practice daily. Right? In day one, when we did, let's say, the switch pattern, that you only need to do for 3 days. In fact, if you do switch pattern every day for a long time, no, its power becomes less. So don't do it like that. NAC, we did day 2. NAC is supposed to be done only once, not even twice, right? So similarly like that. Today, this is something you can do regularly till you can see yourself in that right state. I can give you an exercise to do if you are extremely committed to doing this. What you can do is you can install an app. It's called an hourly chime, right? An hourly chime. You can search for it in your Play Store or Google or Apple App Store. Every hour it will give you a beep, right? It'll give you a beep. Whenever the phone beeps, I want you to get into the right state. Yes. If you want to extremely shift your personality, you'll be a completely different person altogether. I've made people do this, and the results in their life are stunning. You won't be able to believe this is the same person you're looking at, right? For 24 hours, you do this. Yes. If you do it for 7 days, do it for 7 days. And, there is literally nothing in the world that can stop you from getting what you want in life. It's right in front of you right now. I want you to do this if you're really committed and if you need a big change. Not for everybody. You can just use this when you need to, when you're going to give a presentation, when you're going to work on something. That is fantastic as well, right? And here is the beautiful part of this. The more you practice this, the faster it will come, right? So today you're going to do it for 120 seconds, right? For 2 minutes, you're standing like this, you're focusing on the right thing, changing your physiology, focus, and language for 2 minutes. Once you practice this within a few days, within 3-4 days, you'll be able to just close your eyes, take a deep breath, and you'll be able to change your state. Because your mind's, your neural connections have become so strong, it knows that state, right? Immediately you're able to change and get into that state. But you have to you have to hardwire that state with practice. It takes just 7 days. This is not something you have to do for months or years. All right. Okay, Kiran says installed. Beautiful. All right, so I'm going to end this session here. So it's one of the longest sessions in this entire 30 days. Don't worry, other sessions are only going to be 30 to 40 minutes. So that's it for today. If you have any questions, let's continue the conversation in the WhatsApp group and make sure you go. So there's no app name. These are a category of apps. These are hourly chime apps. Let me just give you in the chat. Hourly chime, hourly bell. Yeah, see, I've given you in the chat. Just search for hourly chime. You can get any app of this type. Every hour you can set it to remind you. So every hour it will ring and you can change your state. It'll permanently ingrain this in you. Do it for 1 day only, you'll see a big difference. Tomorrow it'll come automatically. So never set yourself up for long habit practices, right? For example, I will do this affirmation for 90 days. I will do this for 60 days. You are actually demotivating yourself. 90% of people are not able to do it for 90 days. And when you're not able to do it for 90 days, your belief changes. Remember, cycle of momentum? Yes, belief changes. I'm not a consistent person. Yes. And then what happens, right? So you get into bad states. Next time I tell you to start a habit, you're like, oh, I don't know whether I can stick to a habit, right? Because of that state, now you get into poor action. You don't even do it for 1 day. How many of you start a habit, don't even do it for 1 day now? Because you've told yourself, you programmed yourself to believe you're not even consistent anymore. Yes. So you get those negative results. And so this is taking you downwards, right? So be very careful of what you commit to. Choose to committing to those things that are extremely important to you. And during these 6 weeks, just do every exercise with me live and make notes of what is working for you, right? At the end of the module, I will give you a very important, a very simple structure to implement all of that, what you learn, right? All right. So as soon as we finish, I think 2 or 3 days more left for the instant breakthroughs module. And then we will get into, how can you structure it and implement it easily in your life. The goal for right now is just do every task I'm giving you every day with me. We are doing it live in this session anyways, and finish the task I give you at the end of the video. Even if you do that much, you're good to go. All right. So this is, can we get the recording of all 30 days? Yes, you will. So right now we are sharing it together like 5-6 days. As soon as the 30 days are over, we will upload all of this into your account and we'll give lifetime access to you. Don't worry. Fantastic. So I'm ending this session here. I'll see you live in the WhatsApp group and see you tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Don't forget to take a little bit extra action today on your 30-day project. Make sure you are creating momentum. Fantastic. Great. All right. Thank you to everybody who's typing. Thank you in the chat. Take a moment to say thanks in the WhatsApp group because I'm going to end this session here. Take care, guys. Fantastic.